Hello everyone, the Pickle Nugget here. Today we are going to be running through what the Buffalo Salandits have for PBE Season 2. The PBE Season 2 draft was 2 days ago, and your Buffalo Salandits have officially started their title defense. And in a few days, we'll have our Week 1 matchup against the Ottawa Lampens, the team we beat in the finals in Season 1. So, our first round pick, a Pokemon that I knew was going to be out pretty soon. We were each allowed to have one Ultra Beast this year, and I wanted to pick one that, honestly, I am the most scared about going up against, and I love using. And that Ultra Beast is Kartana. So as you can see, its special defense is absolutely garbage. Like, you could probably just blow on this thing pretty hard and it will go down because its special defense is crap. But it's fast, and its Beast Boost ability means that if it gets a KO, it pretty much is guaranteed to have its attack go up. And once that happens, because of that, it's pretty hard to stop once it gets going. But yeah, it has a pretty shallow move pool. You pretty much always end up seeing Leaf Blade and Smart Strike and Sacred Sword because it doesn't get that many moves. But yeah, it's still a great Pokemon either way. Definitely worth the first round pick. And because we picked last, we get the 6th and 7th pick. So back to back, I picked Kartana in my Mega, which is Mega Altaria. So as you can see here, it has very good stats, especially on the defensive ends, and it could be a great mixed attacker. Like, it's pretty hard to predict. And with its ability Pixelate, which makes all normal type moves fairy type, it gets stabbed from stuff like Hyper Voice, Return, and even Body Slam. And sure, its speed isn't that good, but it gets Dragon Dance, which can fix that pretty quickly and turn it into a real sweeping threat pretty fast. So, didn't have another pick for another 10 picks or so. Had these guys on the team last year for the last few weeks, absolutely tore up everybody. And everyone's like, we're not going to let you have Coco Lucha again this year. And then I got Coco Lucha again. So yeah, round 3 I picked Tapu Koko. We used it last year. You know what it does. It sets up the electric terrain and could be a pretty good fast mixed attacker. And it mainly just sets up electric terrain for Hawlucha to come in, holding an electric seed to boost its defense, double its speed, and just Swords Dance and obliterate the other team. So, round 5, it was still open, and it's my favorite Pokemon. And it covered a lot of types that I didn't have left. So I picked Volcarona, because why not? It's Volcarona, and I like Volcarona. So it gets Quiver Dance, which of course is incredible, because that's a move that boosts its special attack, special defense, and speed by 1 stage each in 1 turn, which is incredible. But if it gets 2 Quiver Dances up, it's pretty much game over. And sure, it does have that Quad Rock weakness, but you could just give it like a Charty Berry or whatever, and honestly, I have a lot of hazard removal options on this team. Like, I have Defog on Coco, I have Defog on Altaria, a Rapid Spinner that's actually going to be the next pick that you're going to see. But it can come in once there's are no hazards, and that's just pretty free to set up, because it has pretty good special defense. The only downside is that its quad weakness to rock, and the only special rock move I could think of off the top of my head is Power Gem, which definitely isn't the best. But hey, it's Volcarona. It's my favorite Pokemon, and I took it because it was still available. So getting into the lower tier picks now, round 6, I picked Donphan. I wanted a Stealth Rock setter, as well as another hazard remover, and I noticed that Donphan was still open. And then I saw that it has an incredible move pool. Like, it gets Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, Gunk Shot, Ice Shard, Rapid Spin, Stealth Rock, Play Rough. Like, it gets all of these moves that you wouldn't expect it to get at all. And with all those coming off of its 120 attack stat, that's a force to be reckoned with, and I love it. So yeah, I kind of have two separate teams in my team. I kind of have my main attacking team, and then I have a bit more slower team, and I feel like Donphan can play into that, especially because one of the teams drafted a Trick Room team. It was the Toronto Togedemaru's again. They picked a Trick Room team for the second straight year. But yeah, and I felt like if he brings a Trick Room team for our match, Donphan would absolutely be incredible for that. So, seventh round, picked Kofagrigus for a few reasons. I've always liked Kofagrigus. I thought its concept was very cool. It's I've always loved its ability though. It has Mummy, and what Mummy does is that once it's hit by a physical move, it changes the other Pokemon's ability into Mummy, and it doesn't go away until it switches out. So for the most part, Pokemon like Mega Charizard X that has stuff like Tough Claws or Mega Mawile that has huge power, suddenly its great attacking stat isn't there anymore because it now has Mummy. But as you can see, its defensive stats are incredible, and it gets a few pretty good moves like Will-O-Wisp, Toxic. It actually gets Trick Room, so I could actually run a Trick Room team if I wanted. Mega Altaria actually wouldn't be that bad in it. And it gets Toxic Spikes too, which is always good. Toxic Spikes is pretty good. And yeah, you saw it because I accidentally went one past it, but 8th round I picked Electros. Obviously, it has no weaknesses because it is pure electric type and has Levitate. And it has pretty good attacking stats, as you could see. It's just that it's slow and it doesn't have the best bulk. But as I said, if I run a Trick Room team for whatever reason, that's going to change. It could put in some work. So, yeah. Round 9, I had no idea what to pick. I just went for the memes. Picked regular Lopunny. Everyone kind of just groaned when I picked it because they knew I would just bring it to at least one match and try to just kill something with a last resort. And they're not entirely wrong. I am going to try to do that at some point this year over the course of the 10-week season. But yeah, it's okay. It's actually pretty fast even still, and it's got a respectable special defense. It's just that its attack is a lot worse, but a Power-Up Punch will change that. So, yeah, 10th pick, final pick. I saw this still on the board, and I couldn't actually believe it. And I honestly see it as a very big threat. It has two types. One of them I already had elsewhere on the team. But I don't care because its two weaknesses aren't really that common in the metagame. And it's an incredible attacking type. And it's pretty good defensively as well. And it's a water type. So I didn't have a water type. And I picked it because I didn't have a water type. And of course the Pokemon I'm talking about is a Zoomeril. Yeah, as you can see, its stats, once you look at them, aren't the best. Sure, it has that pretty good 100 attack stat. 100 defense stat. I can't talk 100 HP stat. And the respectable 80s in defenses. But it gets huge power, which effectively turns its attack stat from 50 to 100 because it doubles it. And it gets Belly Drum. So that multiplies its attack by 4 in exchange for half of its HP. And it usually still has tons of HP to spare after using a Belly Drum. And if you give it a Citrus Berry, which heals it by 25% once it does go under half, most likely by Belly Drum, it still has a lot of HP left, and it has okay bulk, so it could take a hit, even after Belly Drum. And again, as you can see by its speed stat, it actually would go pretty freaking well with that Trick Room team. I'm actually realizing that I could actually run a Trick Room team this year, and I didn't even realize it until now. But yeah, round 11, hadn't picked a Z Crystal yet. Frickin' Ottawa Lampens took Gracium Z from me. So I just picked Fightinium Z. It's pretty much the second best Z Crystal option that you could run on Kartana. Z Sacred Swords going off and all that stuff. Maybe, never mind. Not gonna run it on Halucha since it gets unburdened. But yeah, so I picked Fightinium Z. Don't see myself using it that much. I only used Firium Z last year in the finals, and it ended up getting the biggest kill of the entire season. But yeah, so that's the team. Let's go out there, week 1, against the Ottawa Lampens, and let's defend our title. I mean, I'm looking forward to this, and even though the season is 10 weeks instead of 5, and we do battle everyone twice, I can honestly just see us absolutely crushing everybody. Like, we have a great two-way team, a hyper offense team with good utility and synergy, or a room team, which I don't even think anyone noticed off of the draft. Granted, once they do watch this video, that surprise will be gone, but hey, why not? So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in a few days when we do battle the Ottawa Lampens for week 1 of PBE Season 2. And I hope you guys are as stoked as I am, so I guess I'll see you guys then.